Hello everyone, this is Vincenzo and welcome to a new video. So I've just played a blitz game, which you can see on the screen, and my opponent played the Englund Gambit. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but okay, anyway. So the Englund Gambit is a very common opening, especially in blitz or bullet, because you can fall for some very nasty traps as white, so it's a very common opening as black. Now, the problem with this gambit is that if your opponent doesn't accept the gambit, they can get to a very nice position very quickly. And this is why I want to show you this game, because I'm not telling you not to play the Englund Gambit, but if you are at a certain rating, which is not that high, to be honest. I'm 1400 blitz, although I have to admit I lost almost 200 points in like 2 weeks. So I've been playing very badly lately. As you can see, my accuracy here is not the best. It's, yeah, I mean, 79 is better than 68, of course, but it's not that good. But anyway, so you can play the Englund Gambit if you like it, but be careful at a certain rating, especially don't play it in long time controls. So this was a 3 minutes blitz game, so totally legit, but this is how I play against the England. So d4 e5, this is the gambit. And now if you are a London player, don't pre-move this. In fact, I recently lost a rapid game, like 10-minute rapid, by pre-moving bishop f4. I was so mad because I almost never pre-move, but I did it in that game and I resigned on move 2. Okay, we accept the gambit. It's the best thing to do if you know how to play against the gambit. So now we develop the knight. It is a normal move. We are also defending the pawn, and now black attacks the pawn twice with the queen. Okay, now if you defend again, I believe that white can survive, if I'm not mistaken, but you have to defend perfectly and then you can get an advantage. Instead, I don't like to play this move because you know the trap, right? Check, attacking the bishop. If you block the check, you lose the bishop. If you retreat the bishop, you lose this pawn. And if you play this move, then the bishop comes here, the queen is here, so pinning, it's very annoying, right? But I don't play bishop f4 to defend the pawn again. I simply take the center. I mean, I took a pawn. Now my opponent can simply have the pawn back if they want. I'm just taking the center. In fact, it is the best move on the engine. Now, black almost always will take this pawn, which is fine. Now I simply develop my other knight. If black wants to capture my knight, I develop another piece, the queen. Now they develop too. This pawn is not under attack because it is defended, right? Now I develop another piece. I probably want to castle queenside if I can. The engine prefers this, which is reasonable because you pin the knight to the queen. Here I'm simply attacking the knight twice, but after the knight moves you have to be careful because there is a double attack here. So the knight moved, and in fact I didn't even defended this pawn, and I'm surprised that this is the best move. I don't really know why. So let's analyze what happens if black takes this pawn. So, oh, we are winning apparently, but why? If we take back, it's not looking good for us. We're going to lose a piece. Yeah, what is this? Maybe we go here. I don't know. Knight d5. Oh, okay. So knight d5, attacking the queen. But isn't there a discover check? Like, I don't know. Like here? Wait a second. Don't we lose the queen? Oh, but we take the queen. So yes, there is a discover check like this. You know, black is attacking the queen, but we can take the queen, take the bishop, or recapture the knight. And so we are fine, but okay, this is kinda hard to calculate in blitz. Now we simply castle. You can have this pawn, I don't care now. I am the one who is playing a gambit, but be very careful, because if you capture, I'm going to recapture, and if you go here, well, there is no way you can save your queen, so you have to go in this position. So no, not very comfortable, right? So yeah, don't capture pawns. I know it's blitz, but be always careful. So this is why I castled and just moved my king out of the center. Now my opponent developed. Here I pinned the knight to the king. I didn't want to trade on their terms, and now I also want to play this move. Now my opponent castled queenside, and look at this, by the way. It's move 10 and we are plus 3.5. So now I took, because by doing this I open my opponent's king. Now I moved here just to bring my queen closer, right, to try to start an attack on the king. But of course, as I said in my previous video, these one move attacks are not always good. So here, instead of proceeding with my plan, I centralized my rook, right? Now I want to take the pawn, but here I notice something better. Instead of taking the pawn, I pin this knight to the queen, and if my opponent doesn't play this move, which they didn't, instead they defended this pawn, now I have this move, and now the pawn cannot capture. Why? Because the rook is in front of the king, right? So this is why you want to develop your pieces to have them on good squares. And now, of course, I'm going to win a piece, because if they move the knight, well, the queen is going to fall. Now I capture, and the engine really wants me to play this move because it's a threat, right? Because of this. But I mean, I'm going to win a piece here. Now I didn't trade, which wasn't a good idea, because if I'm up a piece, I should trade. Okay. Now my opponent goes for some counterplay. Okay. But here I bring my knight. They took it. Now they attack my queen, and here very cool move, but doesn't achieve anything. Black cannot take because of the queen, the rook. Now my opponents slide the king out of the d file to capture my queen, and now I moved again, attacking this pawn. Now they didn't defend it, so I took it. Here, yeah, okay, alright. Here is a tactic, okay, because you can simply get in with your pieces, probably. I don't know, to be honest, but I mean, I just won a pawn. Now I attack the queen. I try to get this move in, which was a mistake apparently, but my opponent allowed this move, and now here it was simply mate in 2. Okay, yeah, because of this move. I didn't see it, but my opponent made things easier by going here, allowing the check, and now it is mate. So a quick video today, but I just wanted to tell you, I know that there are some openings which are very cool if you can like make the trap work, but don't always play them, because if your opponent plays good moves, they're just going to get a better position and probably win the game. So yeah, don't you play the Englund Gambit against me. Of course I can lose a game against this gambit, and I did, for example, by pre-moving the bishop, right? And even in normal positions, but okay, it's blitz, things happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.